Hey, what's up everybody? It's Izzy from PowerliftingToWin, and in today's Q&A, I'm going to be addressing the topic of making gains on a cut. Now, first of all, is it even possible to make gains on a cut? Well, yes it is, and that's the first and biggest key to being able to do it, is that you need to believe that it is possible. The placebo effect is so strong that there are people who have been given false diagnoses for things like cancer that have literally died of cancer symptoms even though they didn't have cancer. So if you don't think that that same effect is going to work against you, if you believe it's not possible to make gains on a cut, you are absolutely wrong. Let me give you one famous athletic example. For hundreds of years, human beings have been competing in who can run the mile the fastest. Nobody was able to break the 4-minute mile barrier until a guy by the name of Roger Bannister came along in the early 20th century. And Roger Bannister went out there and he ran a mile faster than 4 minutes. Since Bannister has done that, more than 20,000 athletes have accomplished the same feat, including high school kids. Now you can chalk this up to advances in nutrition and exercise science, but the reality is that people went out and started training with a new belief that it was possible to do this. Dr. Lane Norton has said that there's no reason you can't gain strength on a cut, and if his word isn't good enough, take me as a personal example. Over the last 12 weeks, I've added just about 100 pounds to my total while losing about 12 pounds of body weight, just over 1 pound a week or so. And so that's going to lead me into my second key, is you need to optimize your nutrition. Don't try to lose weight too quickly. I recommend trying to lose weight at about 0.7% of your body weight per week. For most of you guys, that's going to work out to about 1 to 1.5 pounds per week. The second nutritional trick that I would highly recommend for you guys is to have a high carb day or a refeed day twice a week on your most important workout days. So for example, if you train on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday, like I do, I have my refeeds on Monday and Thursday. And that's going to allow both my Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday workouts to benefit. My Monday workouts and Thursday workouts benefit because I'm obviously having more carbs that day. But my Tuesday and Friday workouts also benefit because I have higher glycogen levels in my system from that previous carb up day. So this allows me to have more energy substrates in my system when I train, even though throughout the week I am in a rather sizable caloric deficit. My third nutritional trick, even though it's not really a nutritional trick, is to add in Gpp and Conditioning Days. What this is going to do is going to elevate your metabolic rate and allow you to eat more food. Okay, and that's just so key because again, the last part of optimizing your nutrition is to make sure that you are eating as much as is physically possible to accomplish your goals. So unlike a lot of people, I never take out 500 calories in a single week. I never even take out 300 or even 200. The most I will ever take out from my diet in a single week is 100 calories. And the reason that I do this is because by slowly taking out macros, what I can do is eventually settle on the highest amount of intake that's possible for me during the cut while still losing the weight that I want to lose. Instead of losing, 2 pounds one week, 1.8 pounds the next week, 1.6 pounds the next week, I'm basically staying at the exact rate of weight loss that I want with a few weeks here and there where it's a little bit less and I have to take out those 100 calories. But the bottom line is that if you average it out over the course of the cut, I'm eating way more food than the guy who takes out 500 calories after every plateau. So I would highly recommend that you make slower, smaller, incremental changes to your calories and macros rather than big slashes. Now the final key, and it may be the most important key, is that you need to optimize your programming as well. Now what's the first thing that a lot of people decide to do when they go on a cut? They slash their volume. Now the theory behind this is that because you're not eating as much, your recovery is going to be hampered. Okay, you're not going to be able to recover as well just in general because you're not eating as much. Now while that may be true, think about this. What would happen if you were bulking and you cut your volume by a significant amount for a long period of time? Do you think your gains would go up, stay the same, or start going backwards? Well, unless you've been overtraining, you're likely to go backwards. You're likely to detrain when you decrease the volume, at least initially. And the same thing is going to happen when you cut, guys. You can't just indiscriminately slash your volume when you start cutting. In fact, I make no purposeful attempt to change my volume whatsoever when I cut. What I do is I use auto-regulation. So if the cut is affecting my recovery, and I do everything I can to make sure it doesn't, with my refeed days, with making sure I get enough sleep and all of that, But if I'm going to be affected recovery-wise by the cut, my volume is auto-regulated so it still stays as high as I can personally manage. So it's very similar to the caloric intake principle, right? Keep your volume as high as you can while you cut, and that's going to allow you to maintain the maximum amount of gains. And if you've got everything dialed in, you might actually be able to increase your volume on your cut, and then you can end up making gains. And that's exactly what I've been able to do. So if you need help with setting up an auto-regulated program or just dialing in your programming or nutrition for that matter, that's something that I do here at Powerlifting to Win, and you can shoot me an email at admin@powerliftingtowin.com, and we can talk more about my coaching services in those regards. Now, if you guys found this content interesting, entertaining, or informative, please like, share, and send it out into interwebs for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out powerliftingtowin.com for more great powerlifting information. Have a nice day.